Magicraft is an awesome spellcasting roguelike that I'm absolutely in love with. My progress recently got wiped because this is a Steam demo, and I guess a major update went through, and I figured what better time to showcase the game to you because it's absolutely amazing. I did a video a while back saying that I was pretty disenchanted with gaming in general, but some of these recent demos that have come out are absolutely awesome. Okay, so the storyline is pretty meh, to tell you the truth. I've read some of it, and if you'd like, you could skip and mute the video just to read through this dialogue, but it's nothing basic. Basically, this guy gets teleported and he thinks he's in a game, and there's this little ghost telling him what's going on or whatever. So the main component of this game, or what I should say, the shtick, is the spellcrafting. Okay, so you have weapons that you can unlock or get, trade up, equip, buy, all of these things, and different spells that you'll get in the form of loot and their components. So you could basically just craft a spell like this. So if you read over Arcane Explosion, projectile, common, damage, crit rate, effective radius is 3 meters, and the mana cost for it. Okay, so you can see here that we start off with, we have 50 MP down here on the left, 60 life, a bunch of different meta currency components, and the spell cooldown and fire interval. So normally when we shoot, we get this effect right here, and this is the effect of Magic Missile. When I click once, you can see that it cycles to the next spell. It does 10 damage, it costs 3 mana, it's gonna do it again, okay? And if I cast fast enough, you'll see my mana pool is going down and it refills based on the I guess you could say the stats of the wand. Okay, so as soon as I put another you could say another spell or another component into my wand or my weapon, the effect changes. Okay, so when it cycles to the first spell, it does that. Okay, and there's augmenting effects and all sorts of things, so you can move this wherever you like it. But initially what's going to happen is you're going to be able to form all sorts of different spell effects here. Now, similar to a lot of different roguelikes that you may have seen recently, there's choice of doors. You can go in to get some max hit points, or you can go into the relic room, and max hit points is basically a heal. I don't think it augments the amount of hit points that you have, but this really isn't synergistic to any specific builds, but what you'll start noticing is that you can do some amazing, I mean amazing combinations. And matter of fact, the Steam page, the store page, says that there's an unimaginable amount of different combinations that you can do. Okay, so similar to Binding of Isaac, if you've ever played Binding of Isaac, you get relics every once in a while, and this is gonna kind of shape the way that your run goes. Sometimes it's some passive abilities that are great, like for instance, this relic it summons 3 elves that you can intercept spells for you. Okay, this Diamond Boots gives you immunity to spikes and immunity to venom, and this Dryadic Shoulders gain 3 points of shield when entering a door. I'm gonna go with the Guardian Elves. These don't look like elves to me, but again, there might be some placeholder stuff because of the thing. Here's another relic, or we can go into the coin room. Let's go to the coin room, because the coin room is going to give us some money that we can use in the shop. And what's good about that is it kind of allows us to experiment with some different some spells. These guys leave a little bit of goop on the ground. Creep, I think most people call it in Binding of Isaac or whatever. I never played Binding of Isaac because it was a little bit too like morbidly themed for me, but the roguelike elements you cannot argue with are amazing. So you do take a little bit of health damage here when you click on that, but let's interact and get these coins, and we're also going to get one of our first types of currency here. So you'll notice that a little later on, when we'll get further in, we'll be able to kind of utilize that to add to some I guess meta progression, if you'd call it. Okay, so typical shop, you have prices, you have some items that are on sale. You can go to it and see exactly what it's going to do. And if it has a little tag like this is a spell component. Okay, so chain lightning enhancement. Okay, so if we click over these, you'll say it's a projectiles. Okay, so enhancement will augment the way that a spell works, while projectile is a type of spell. This is a projectile, this is a projectile, and this is a wand or a staff, okay? So you'll notice that this has more slots. Now, we're gonna get some more unlocks of these, so I'm not gonna spend any money on this. What I will do is I'll get the chain lightning and see how that goes. I would love to get this disruption ray as well, but we're not going to mess with it. So this is an enhancement, and it connects spells cast to, in the meantime, to deal 9 damage to objects along the path. Okay, so we're just going to stick this in here and kind of mess around with to see if it can trigger anything. And right now it does not. Okay, let's get it closer to here. Let's put it behind everything. And it doesn't look like it does anything with our current setup. Well, that sucks, but there's gonna be plenty of opportunities to see it possibly shine, okay? So, let's go. I could get another a spell here, but I think I'm gonna save my money. I don't need any health, so I'm just gonna go ahead here, and matter of fact, instead of this, I'm going to keep all of this. Now, the cool thing about the traps is, yeah, they work on the enemies too. So when you get to, there's gonna be some rooms with pit traps, and these pit traps, what's great about them is you can actually push monsters in a hole. It creates all sorts of stuff. I remember playing Double Dragon and like fighting games on the old Nintendo and stuff like that, and one of my favorite things to do was to knock very high health enemies into pits so that I wouldn't have to fight them the whole time for their health bar. Okay, so there's a few things here. Gold miner gloves, 8% chance coins will drop. This is really, really good. We can upgrade our guardian elf, which gives us 6. This gives us some bone armor. I think I'm gonna go for gold miner gloves because, as I said before, coins will kind of allow us to shape our run. Let's enter the spell room, and here we should get a new spell. So enemies are going to continue to spawn until we kind of finish the wave, so to speak. And there's pretty much everything in the rooms are destructible. What I have found is that in most trees and plants, there's probably not going to be anything, but anything that looks like a barrel or something that you would break in Diablo, right? A piece of furniture or something like that, like these on the left. Sometimes they contain coins, you know. I know some people don't particularly love that type of stuff, but I kind of like it in games. You know, it's satisfying to break pots, even though if you don't feel like doing it, you feel like you'll move out. So you do get a curse here for opening these type of chests, and this reduces move speed by 0.8. Now, this is forever, okay? It's similar to curses in Binding of Isaac. You might be able to remove them later, but I haven't seen anything that does, okay? So this unlocks a potion, and this potion is an unlock potion. So I can right click on this and unlock pretty much anything in a room, if there's a locked door or chest or whatever. Let's go ahead and go to spell room again. We did get some more spells to try out here, but I'm waiting until I have a few. Look, you saw the guy fall in? Watch. Oh, he didn't fall in. Let's see if I can get this guy. Yeah, he just fell in. It does the little cartoon fall off a cliff sound effect or whatever. All right, so I think some of these enemies have a few elemental properties based on their color, but I haven't surmised really anything that's real effective for us. So we got a revolution enhancement with spell duration, and it also makes spells revolve around you. This is going to be a boss. The guy kind of tells you about that. It's just a little bit of lore about some SSRs for card games or something like that. I don't really know the terminology they're using, but okay, so let's break these just to make sure we've got all the coins that we can get, and let's play around with some spells a little bit. So, by the way, if you fall into these pits, you take damage, and you spawn right back out, but it's basically like a hazard, okay? So we've got a few things here. So we've got a revolution enhancement, and just to show you a little bit about what that does, if you just put this in front of the spell instead of behind, you'll see that these guys revolve around you. Now, there's a duration based on this revolution, spell duration +3. So typically, the duration of these spells are pretty short, and we usually see the end of it by the time it hits an obstacle, but you can see here that it'll actually fade out, okay? So before it gets to the end of the wall or whatever, where this adds duration. Now there's duration enhancements that you can add just to make spells longer by themselves. But as you can see, the bigger your wand gets, the more crazy you can get stuff. So if we were to take this, which is floating ghost fire, for instance, and just put our revolution behind it, what we'll get is, actually, let's do it the other way. Yeah, there we go. And then we do it the other way. So this will revolve around us at a very, very slow pace because just the way that these spells work is very, very slow, okay? If we were to put this arcane explosion behind, you can see here that it doesn't really rotate like you would think, but I'm clicking in one space and it's literally giving me random spots where the explosions happen, okay? And we can also do stuff like this. So poison crystal is also an enhancement. So for instance, if we were to take this magic missile and click, we would get that, right? If we put the poison enhancement up front, we get a poisonous globe like that. So lots of different things to experiment with. Right now, what I think is the best thing to do is probably to put a couple magic missiles in the way of the poison and the revolution, and now we will get an accumulated amount of circling poison magic missiles, which would sound good to me. And this should be good to fight the boss with. So again, he can be hurt by the traps, I guess you could say, the hazards, the room hazards. But once we start getting some poison on this guy, we're gonna be able to do a lot of damage to him. Now, granted, could we be doing straight poison damage to him without worrying about the revolutions? Yes, and it would probably be more effective, to tell you the truth, but this guy is just about dead with the current setup that we have here. God, we had to take one too many hits and it killed us. But this is a good reason to show you that. Now, I could have switched stuff on the fly, okay? But it was just to kind of show you how these things play out. Now, there's a little bit of storyline that unfolds here about these people come out of nowhere and say the hero is dead, and I was supposedly, like, it's kind of like the story of Excalibur. I pulled this wand out of the stone at the beginning, and I ended up with this. I ended up being the hero, you know, like the savior or whatever that prophecy spoke of. So these people that you meet up here with, they're gonna allow you to spend some of your meta currency that you get. So if we talk to her here, you'll see that she'll give us the ability to do some crazy stuff with spells, and you can see here that this is wand slot. Now, right now we only have one wand, and if we would have bought that item that you saw in shop earlier, that would have gave us an extra slot. We'd still only have one that we can use for, but this actually gives us the ability to have a second weapon, which is very, very, very valuable. Okay, so we don't have any more meta currency to use here. You can always reset. I think this might be just the demo or whatever, but you can spend meta currency to get more max health, more initial coins to start with, and more backpack size. Okay, so this would be your backpack here, and this would be your wand, which is a little bit different. We could talk to her, but I believe she just kind of blows you off right now, and she doesn't give you the ability to do anything. She won't let you talk anymore, and there's gonna be other people that you unlock in this little section. But for now that you kind of know the gist of the game, let's just get into it, okay? So we're gonna get past this area, and we're still using our 3 magic missiles. That's just what we start with. There may be the ability to change that, but now this is an enhancement. Summons plus 40% attack speed, move speed, but lose 4 health per second. Now, we don't have any parasites from what I think is going to only modify parasite spells, because it doesn't summon anything, or I mean summon spells. But I've seen plenty of summon spells, and they're really, really cool. Okay, let's go to the relic room here, and we'll see if we can unlock some spells pretty quick here. I usually like to get spells when I can until I have a nice variety to do some fun combinations with. But essentially, if you're just trying to win, which you'll find out shortly, you can't go much further than the first level here. If you're just trying to win, then there's definitely some combinations that are just really, really OP in comparisons to other. Okay, let's get this little relic, and I think we're gonna go with the recover 5 hit points when moving from door to door. That way we never really have to worry about taking, you know, 1 or 2 hits of damage in rooms, because we'll catch up fairly fast. Let's go for spells here. And these are some kind of like centipede monsters. A lot of times you'll have like there's an on hit ability for these monsters too. So when you hit them and do damage to them, you'll see that they kind of spread out some bullets, some debris. Okay, so this is one of the spell effects, and what is cool is that you'll see some of these effects you can actually shoot. So it's like you can be offensively defensive, if that makes sense. Okay, let's interact and see. We got a duration enhancement, which I told you all about earlier, as well as a rolling ball projectile. Now, projectile. So you can see here that the damage is 10. The damage for this one is 40. The crit rate for this is 30, and there's no crit rate for this. So right offhand, this just seems like a more powerful spell. So if we put it into our deal, you'll see that it just shoots. There's also some recoil on it, which is interesting, okay? So duration enhancement just means that if we put this duration enhancement on these guys, it might last longer? No, because this is, oh, maybe, affects all missiles, it says. Oh yeah, if it's in front, okay? So, great. All missiles on the right, that's right. So you can, so maybe this will be left if there's other variations of it or whatever. Right now, we're just going to put this rolling ball in the way, because neither of these kind of affect it. Well, unless, let's take these 3, and okay, so right now I have that. It goes all the way though. I don't think I have to worry about it. If I go, okay, it does end. So if I were to put this duration on the left of it, oh, kind of fired that wrong. Yeah, it does in fact go further. So that might be beneficial to have on it. So right now, does it tell me what my current mana consumption is with this? 16, and the enhancement doesn't change anything. So it's still 16 from what I what I can gather. Oh, and I missed a coin. Dadgummit. All right, as you can see, this spell is ridiculously powerful compared to the other, but it takes a considerable amount of mana, a considerable more amount of mana. So yeah, absolutely wrecking this guy. So this would have been really good for the boss, but you can see here that we're waiting on regen time here. So anything that would give us more mana, like an upgraded weapon or an enhancement that would reduce mana cost, would be great, which I don't even know if it exists. There's a shop here. We have 14 bucks. Oh, there's also a coin room. Let's go to shop. Okay, so what is this? This is damage enhancement. 30% damage. I love it. That's 12. Okay, we have another rolling ball projectile. So the thing is, we only have 14. Another rolling ball projectile would not help us in terms of being able to do more damage, because our mana consumption is where our bottleneck is right now. But this damage upgrade would be great. 30% damage, I'm gonna take it. So the 30% damage, it just goes wherever. So can we? So right now this does 40. If we were to take this out, it does 40. If we were to put this in, it does 104. No, that was a crit. Oh, wait, what? 52. Okay, now we're talking. It was critting though. That's actually really impressive. Okay, so we don't need to go to the shop here, but I am gonna break these things, especially since I can break them easily. This thing has a little bit of pierce, by the way. The one thing I will say that I really would love in this game would be a dash, and we do not have one. I guess the game is made like that. Either that or you unlock it later, you know. But at any rate, the monsters don't move really fast. At least at this stage of the game, they don't. I have not seen any monsters that I was like, holy crap, I can't escape these guys. Even the missiles that these things shoot are kind of meh. Okay, so we've got a duration enhancement again and multi-shot. Multi-shot spells will be multiple of 2 times. MP cost is over double. It's 140%, but you know, I've got to try it out. So I'm just gonna put this ahead, and yes, 2 balls come out. I have 2 balls. That didn't come out right. Anyway, but look at the mana consumption. Almost half my bar. I think it's still worth it, to tell you the truth. Not enough money yet to really justify the shop, so we're gonna go get more spells here. And let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness, bro. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about anything but mana in the near future. What I can do is kind of line these guys up to get a little bit more bang for my buck. Since my since my mana cost is so high, so we got a frost crystal and we got more magic missiles. Okay, so this can give us the ability to freeze targets. So if we took the duration enhancement away, which is not doing anything crazy, right? And put the frost enhancement, you know, I hate to say we have blue balls because it could be clipped out of context, but we have blue balls. All right, so they do frost damage now. They also leave a little bit of creep, which can freeze enemies, okay? So let's see what, if these, if anything, they do leave nothing. No, okay, we can't break the bricks here. We can break this though. All right, so right now, I mean, we're rocking and rolling. So let's see if the boss is gonna be easier this time. Of course, I think I'm gonna have to make sure that I line up my balls with him. All right, we are doing a lot of damage to him though. When he does get hit by us, oh, we can actually break his spell too. Does the creep slow him down any? Oh man, if I would have had my mana in time there. And that's it. That was easy. So it just goes to show you how much more powerful we are. We did get a bigger variety in general of spells there. But all in all, you could see that the build has a lot to do with your power level. Okay, so great thing about this is we have some upgrades. Okay, so right now we have 4 slots and we can go to 6 slots or 5 slots, but they do have some different numbers. For instance, scatter is 15 degrees here, whereas no scatter here. They have the MP regenerate, which is higher on this one, but less mana, than less total mana. And the fire interval here is 0.25, and the fire interval here is 0.15. So honestly, right now, just for the sake of trying to play around with different combinations, I'm gonna go with the larger of the two. Also, volley is a spell that comes with the wand, simultaneously shooting +2. For every 1 additional shootable spell of simultaneous shooting, the MP cost of the spell is 84% and scatter is 6%, okay? So this is rebound, meaning that I can have some bouncy balls. Now I know for a fact that this is crazy with the balls spell, especially if you put duration on them, because they can bounce off more walls for a longer period of time and stay active. So I do think that's really cool. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it because I think it is more impressive. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that out. Let's put the rolling balls here. And did I? Oh no, I thought I had picked it up. I didn't. I picked up damage enhancement. Okay, so we do have the multi-shot here though, and we do have this. So let's see if we can put all of these, in fact, without duration and see what happens. Oh, do I have to? Yeah, I have to select the weapon. There I go. So now you can see that the balls bounce. Okay, and if I took duration, I don't even have duration on right now, but if I did, it would probably go further. So let's take frost off and put duration. Yeah, that lasted pretty long. If I just traded this out again and kind of did the same thing, let's see how far. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it unless duration would be afterwards. Let's see. Let's put duration afterward and see what goes on. I don't think it was it's anything there. I think before it would have been everything here. Okay, so I have 2 duration enhancements too. That's pretty good. I wish I would have got to show off a summon, but let's go to the next room and try out our new deal. Now, we don't have pierce with these things, but we do have more mana, as you can see, and we're already starting to wreck stuff. Okay, we took a little bit of damage, but we do heal too. All right. The monsters are getting significantly stronger. But yeah, if they come into this area, I think they're slowed or frosted or something. Let's... Oh! Did I get a little triple there? Maybe it was just the way that I actually let those go. Now we could do bank shots and stuff so that we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about getting in harm's way. All right, let's see here. There's a 30% chance to summon a soul that tracks enemies and deals 65 damage. Deals 35 damage to all when taking damage, or recover 10 hit points. So this is our robe level 2. We're gonna do that just because we'll heal more in the next room. A reroll potion rerolls all spells in backpack. Wow, that seems amazing. So none in wand. So if we wanted to try to reroll stuff to mess around with, let's keep the since we don't have any summons, let's just do it. Okay, so we got a lot of different stuff to play around here. We still got another parasite enhancement, which is weird. We didn't get any summons, but we did get another rolling ball, which is pretty cool. We got a splitting enhancement, which if it splits, let's see here. Does it have to be after? Let's see. If when a spell ends, it splits into 3. So they did not split. With the, oh, there it is. Oh my God, that's actually really, really good. Okay, range extension. So this would normally be pretty cool. Accelerator is also pretty insane. Oh my God, I wish I had another wand slot, man. This would be so good, right? Because you could do all sorts of things with the accelerator. The accelerator, if I did that, my balls just go faster, okay? So it'll probably improve my accuracy, to tell you the truth. I think, what's Pillar of Light? Oh, Pillar of Light is summoning. Summons 3 pillars of light that can intercept most spells. So let's just try this out for a moment. Pillar of Light, okay, it's like a shield. I see. All right, so Parasite is an enhancement that gives like move speed, but generates 2 parasites upon death. So when these things would get blocked, they would turn into parasites. Do I have that correctly? Range extension. Would that change anything? No, it will not. What about splitting? That's when the spell ends. I don't think I have to worry about that. If I put frost, does it give it a blue tint? Oh. Oh no, now the parasite enhancement is actually working. So these things are melting and it turns into parasites afterwards. I kind of like that. Let's take the range enhancement off. And I don't know if the frost enhancement will work, but I'm gonna go ahead and just keep these 2 things because that seems to be a really cool combo. All right, so let's try it out. Oh, actually, that is not gonna work right away. It would be better if there would be some shooting enemies, but the parasites are here and they're gonna go and seek out. That's pretty cool. Like if you wanted some protection against missiles coming at you, you know, ranged weapons or whatever, give me some mana. Do these actually help? No, they don't. I was gonna say, man, I was hoping that they would stop me from ouch! I'm hoping they would stop them. My parasites. Get them, little babies. What? That was weird. All right, and we got coins now. Okay, so I think we could get back here to break these things. We might get a little bit of health or something. Or at the very least coins. Yeah, we did get a little bit of health. Okay, we have 33 health right now. And it would be nice if we could get more. Let's get more spells, shall we? These guys are sleeping until kind of wake them up, or they give you a little while to react, I should say. All right. Hydra Blood? What? What does this do? Restores 1 to 25 hit points randomly? I like it. It'd probably be better to use that before we lose it. Let's see. Oh god, these guys, if you don't do enough damage to them right away, I think they split into all of this stuff. All right, so we got more money and we've got some more meta currency. Now, remember that unlock potion that I was telling you guys about? You can unlock this, but you also have keys. So if we go to this, it'll give us the ability to, I guess, get a curse, but for a potion. So it tells you what the curse is, but it doesn't tell you what's in it. So this is the move speed, increase trap damage to you and teammates by 100%, lose 2 hit points every time you enter a door, which we counteract that with getting 10 hit points. So we would only get 8. That seems like a very, very feasible curse. Cannot shoot for 6 seconds? That's terrible. Increase casting interval cooldown? No. So I think the best thing to do would just be either increase traps to be careful. It doubles the damage. This right now, because we don't have to worry about it. We heal. So that's another duration enhancement, which we don't need for anything right now. But we could take multiple curses. Well, let's take the or do they get worse? Increase trap damage. Let's take this one too. Bloody trap projectile. All right, deals indiscriminate damage. Crit rate 50%, cooldown, damage 70. So it's a projectile. What does it look like when I do that? Oh, they stay and they explode. Huh. That is pretty interesting. Can they hurt me? I'm kind of scared. Ouch! They hurt bad. They hurt so bad. All right, I don't think I have enough health to really mess around with that right now, so I'm just gonna keep that in. But that's a really, really cool room. Okay, we have some shop. So we healed some money there. We took some damage, but we healed too. So let's see. We have 40 bucks. What is this? This is black hole. It's a cool projectile, but I'm gonna stay away from it. What is this? Sticky fang. Oh, it's got some final damage on it. Also a lot of slots. And what is this? Vicious crystal. Hits target's move speed. Okay. So we already have ghost fire here, and we already have, well, butterflies are really cool, but you saw that the oncoming enemies that were shooting them that we were kind of doing earlier, getting them away. Black hole is actually really cool too, but it costs a lot of mana and it's very, very slow. I think I'm gonna stay with my stones here, but I am gonna buy the health, and we're just gonna go on here. So let's see. There's another curse chest. Not too interested in that right off the right off the bat, I gotta say. Man, these bouncing stones, incredible. Incredible. The reason I didn't take the black hole is not because it wasn't good. It's because it's not as good for bosses, I find, at least. Okay, I need some serious MP. I could use a lot of MP. Let's let the regeneration go here. You know, I have MP on both of these wands, so what's to stop me from doing something like this? So if I just swap to this and I swap to this, then I have, aha, that works pretty good, man. That works pretty good. So I'll have extra ammunition. That's really cool. So less downtime that way. Perfect, man. Really, really good. Naturally, my second wand is more powerful, but so this gives me a range enhancement and a multi-shot. So we already have multi-shot set up. Now this is a cool, what is this to? Increase casting interval? No, we don't want that. That's too heavy. And we don't have any more keys, so we can't go through that door. What we can do, we could choose to heal, but I really, really want to show you this, okay? So this is basically the upgrades station or whatever. There's a few things you could do. You can fuse spells to add 3 identical spells to gain a higher level one, or you can re-roll spells, okay? So I have here a few different things that I can add. If I go to here, you'll see that it gives me the numbers, but I don't have 3 of anything. So what I can do is re-roll a few of the spells that I know I don't want, at a cost, of course. So right now, even though the Parasite effect is pretty cool, we've already seen it, so let's re-roll that, and we're gonna get Rebound. We already have that. Let's re-roll. We had Duration, but we kind of did away with that too. Let's go ahead and re-roll that. So we have a Floating Ghost Fire, and we should have 3 of those, okay? So if we go with that, oh, I thought we had 3. I was wrong. Okay, let's re-roll some other stuff then. Let's go. The splitting might have been cool on the rock too. I didn't try that out. Let's change the trap to auto navigation. The spell tracks the target with a velocity. Oh, that's kind of neat. That is really neat. Let's redo Pillar of Light, and Magic Missile will redo Butterfly. Splitting, we have 2 of those now. I really wanted to show you an enhancement. We're gonna have to change. Let's change Accelerator. Dark Snake is kind of a cool effect. Duration, Laser, Dark Snake, Poisonous Crystal. We're gonna spend all of our money re-rolling here. We got 2 Revolution enhancements now. Pillar of Light, we broke it. So you can re-roll to your heart's content here. I really did want to get 3 of something so that I could have showed it to you combined. I do have these Ghost Fires that can be done now, okay? I guess it took the place of it. So for some reason it wasn't showing before, but we can do it now. So we can go ahead and do this now. It gives us a number 2, which does a lot more damage going forward, which is kind of cool. So let's check out this splitting. I had forgot to kind of show this. Oh yeah, no, we did try that, and it just splits. I like that. Okay, I do think that the Frost might have been better, but right now I'll keep that. Auto navigation might be really cool for this too. Oh my, yes. Less misses. I love that. I love that. Okay, so and it would be a nombo if I would actually add the other thing too, because it would probably seek without splitting, because it says when the spell ends. Let's just go for the next deal here. Oh my gosh, man, this is gonna be great. This is a refresh potion, refreshes all doors. I think I should use my heal first, to tell you the truth. Oh, there is one weakness with this build. You can't cross chasms with it. Okay, let's do this. Let's drink all the potion. We got most of our health back. And the refresh potion, what did it do? Refreshes all doors and items on sale every room. Interesting. All right, let's go get this. And the Guardian Elves, we've already had that. Deal 35 damage to all enemies when taking damage. And this is Coins Drop. We've had the Gold Miner too. Resources will not be collected, and resource items not collected will disappear within 10 seconds. That's kind of scary. We're not gonna mess with that. Yeah, we get a little bit of homing with them. The traps are actually aiding us in this room big time. Big time. Do we get any more spawns? We sure do. I feel pretty safe just by shooting from way back here, man. This reminds me of the Druid's Earth spell in Druid's Rolling Fireball spell in Diablo. Alright, I think that's all that I need from here. Let's get the Dryadic Shoulders or nice Ranger Boots. Immune to slow and move speed +1 I think we're gonna take. Simply because we're having a little bit of our returns are diminishing on that. Okay, so we're at the boss room. And this time we should do a little bit better. Chaotic Wreckage. Alright. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's get some of our mana back. Gotta remember that these Ghost Fires, they do really, really good damage. When you can hit with them. And they kind of linger, which is good. Also, it's really, really nice to have in terms of having to wait for mana. Man, we did so much damage to him so far. See, a little bit of dodge roll or a dash would be very, very nice here. I think we just about got him here. Yeah. See, this is one of those fights that you can't, I mean, you could probably learn his patterns and get really good at it, but it's not like you can dash at a moment's notice. So having things like move speed really affects how effective you are at boss fights. So, and of course the damage that you do. So we can see here we get two different things. Look, this is the trap thing on something called a sacrificial dagger. The MP regen is okay, fire rate is great, cooldown is this good or bad? I don't really know. It reduces the indiscriminate damage dealt by this wand to you by 1%. So the fact that you can take damage from your own traps, that's the indiscriminate damages, but this dagger does reduce the damage that those do to you, so it makes it more, I guess you could say, it's synergistic to have a wand like this if you're going to use this crazy dangerous spell. Magic Crystal Tube is basically just a ton of slots that you can do things with, all right? So we're gonna take that because that's just crazy sauce. We could put a bunch of modifiers on this thing. Like we could put rebound, which we already have. We could put range extend. We could put 2 range extensions if we wanted to. We can put the splitting enhancement, and we can do multi-shot again. I wonder if multi-shot again would actually change this to, yes, it does. Oh my gosh. But look at the mana consumption though, okay? So right now we have MP of 99, all right? We cast this spell one time, boom, it takes half. But hey, you get a lot of projectiles for that one rip, you know? This is great, man. If we take out the range enhancements, it still takes away a lot. Let's take out well, no, we don't want to take out the splitting. I don't know if that does the same amount of mana or less. Okay, I could see here. So we have 99 and we go down to 55. So if we put both of these in here, we go 99, 55. No, these enhancements don't actually change the cost of the spell. Interesting. So only things that are marked with this. Now, does this 43.9? So these do change the cost. But it says it does mark the cost. Interesting. So if we really just wanted to lower the cost, we could take away splitting, for instance, but put frost, and then we would have 31.4. And that is a lot more reliable. Very cool. So unfortunately, this is the end of the demo. You do get a little bit of dialogue here from the storyline, and when you try to go forward, you get a big nasty troll face. And you can't go any further. You can shoot spells in here. You can oh my gosh, this is really cool. It tries to hit that, but if you go touch him, you take damage. So there's nothing else that you can do in this room except to die. But it does kind of introduce you into the next phase of the story, which I think you unlock a different character in town. Yeah, you could talk to him, and I forget exactly what he does. I think he's an alchemist that allows you to do a few things in town. So once you talk to him, he'll say that, let's see. So you can research things here, and it looks like basically it takes like research points and stuff. Interesting. All right, and you can also talk to her again, and she talks away that she used to study monsters. So you'll be able to unlock some more meta progression by going through him. You need 120 more of these things to unlock a third wand slot, but you can also increase the size of your backpack, which you'll notice that it's increasing up here. If I were to minus that and change initial coins, you could see that I get 6 coins every time I add 1 point to it, and this will give me health for every starting one too. So you can play around with a ton of different options for this, but I think this is gonna be one of those roguelites that you can really make some busted builds and try all sorts of things. I just really wanted to share this one to you because this is one of the games that I played recently that I absolutely loved, and I thought most of the guys that used to watch me game all the time would love too. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments. And the game's on Steam. You can download the demo and add it to your wish list or whatever. I'll have it in the link in the description for you too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.